Hello, this is Crypto CJ. It's the trade of the day, Friday afternoon slash evening slash Saturday morning edition, wherever you are in the world. And the market is doing better this week. Not great, but trending up. We've absorbed some of the bad news and some of the selling that we've had on Bitcoin. Rocking my Ethereum shirt today. There we go. And Ethereum's doing well. We'll look at the chart shortly. And we'll also go through some Twitter posts I thought were somewhat reassuring. Give us some good news for the weekend. So I will share my screen at this moment. Okay, should be seeing my Bitcoin day chart.
Yeah.
Thank you. And sporting a green candle today. We're up about 0.5%. Trending up. Couldn't quite hold the 58, 59K that we bounced up with the CPI reports coming out yesterday or the day before. So that seemed to be a buy the news, sell the buy the rumor, sell the news kind of thing. It still annoys me that general economic news has anything to do with crypto, but it does. Anyway, so we're still hanging around this 0.5 area on my Fibonacci's. We never did quite make it to the 618, so might be trending up. On Ethereum, we're entering the low point of this zone that I've had going since pretty much the beginning of the year, or at least the spring, but nowhere near the all-time high yet. Even though there is some rumblings about the Ethereum ETF. Speaking of those, I'm over here on my Twitter feed, and the senator from the US is suggesting that Bitcoin reserves can help strengthen the dollar. So she's proposing essentially that the US hang on to their Bitcoin as opposed to doing what the Germans did and dump it all. Speaking of those pesky Germans, the German government has officially sold all their Bitcoin as of 3 hours ago. So that's pretty cool. And then this U.S. congressman is calling for our favorite government bureaucrat, Gary Gensler, to get the boot. Be fine with me. And then reaffirming the Senator Loomis statement about Bitcoin. So, and then there's one more here. SEC has lost the majority of the battle. Crypto's winning. That's just a general opinion, but it does seem nearly every time the SEC takes on a cryptocurrency in some way, they get swatted down. The judges just don't care for it. So there was another post, I think it was yesterday, the day before, where a higher ranking official in the CFTC, which is the commodities exchange overview, bureaucrats, said that 70% or more of cryptos are not securities. So that's pretty good news as well. Anyway, so that's about all I have for the markets overall. Anybody care to join in, share anything I missed, or comment about what I shared?
The bull
Okay.
market is coming.
That seems to be what most of the people are saying. We remove a few obstacles here and there that would keep us down, and we had that 20% drop in intra bull market. 22%. Now we're just at 20, and things should be trending up. I mean, we'll have a few other glitches, but if you look at the week chart.
I'd like to compare it to the Game of Thrones Winter is Coming, but that brings up the total wrong connotation.
Yeah. Winter is coming.
Maybe Christmas is coming is a better analogy.
Yeah, might be. Winter is coming. Yeah, that's not bullish, is it? All right. Anything else on the markets overall before we head over to Altcoin Alert? Well, I've already taken my short and long for the day on Altcoin Alert, so those worked out pretty well for me. But let's look at some other things. I've got easy mode off, altcoin radar setting. I'm going to refresh, get the latest information. My first sort will be by the AA score. And I was looking at this MOG coin, MOG. You probably noticed that I tend to, defer or choose some of the same coins overall. As a day trader and even as a swing trader, you guys are going to have coins that you like more than others just because you have good results with them. So when I see some of these newer coins, I'm sometimes reluctant to check them out, but just like,
Bryce said the other day that they've added a whole lot more coins to the Altcoin Alert, didn't he?
yep, yeah, they said that on the Tuesday AA call. I think they had said that a couple of weeks before, but he was reinforcing it. So yeah, they added like over 100, I think. So there's some more things to look at, some things I hadn't looked at before. And among those is this MOG coin. I think I have it up here. It's on crypto.com. So I brought up the 15-minute chart and I like some of this, as a day trade, like at 1 to 2%. I'm liking this up and down action I'm seeing here in the green zone. So that appeals to me.
What percentage is that movement?
Yeah, let's go over that. So like let's say you get the dip below 20 and it breaks back up. So you get in right about here. And then there's over a 3% move.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
And there's multiple moves like that. I was looking at these. There's another break right about here. Well, actually probably would have been here. And it goes against you. Maybe you take an additional purchase or more. That's what I would do. And then, first position breaks even and your second and third ones do really well. Or you just kind of hang on to it and wait till you get up here. Here's almost 3%, 14 hours later. So that's another approach. But anyway, so I like this candle action here on MOG. So that alert would be pretty simple. You right click on the RTI, which is what I use to find good entries on dips. I'm going to be crossing up on the 20 once per bar close. So that'll leave it on until I turn it off. And that's an AA score. On my notifications, notify an app, show toast notification. I'm not sure what that is. That's something new. Throwing me a little curveball. Send email, play sound. Okay, I guess it's displays an on-site notification in the page corner. All right, so I guess that's what's on your computer. And again, play a sound. I'd probably go with chirpy. I like that one. Click create, and now if that breaks up above, I can go make that trade on crypto.com. I don't trade on that though. Where else is this? I have a Bybit account, so I could trade it there. KuCoin, yeah, for the MEXC. I think you can access MEXC with the VPN. I don't think the CryptNation guys like it, but I've traded it a little bit, and I have some trading friends who like it and have used it quite a bit more. So that's where you can find that, and you do a little day trading on it. Go ahead, Frank.
You have to KYC on MEXC if you're US now.
That's not what I wanted to hear, but thanks for that correction.
That was as of last day of June. So
okay.
Now in July you got a KYC.
All right. So much for that option. That was probably the best one for the US people. Crypto.com can be expensive to use, but has anyone traded on that? I haven't used it in a couple of years. All right. Well, if somebody does, let me know next time. Okay, any questions on MOG as a day trade? Okay, Alan is asking me on the chat, what is your favorite first criteria, elder, 24-hour, etc., that you look at? Okay, we're going to go through different sorts, Alan, and that should address what you're asking me. Right now we're on the AA sort, so we're going to go ahead and finish our evaluation of MOG, and then we'll look at some others. All right, so now I'm on my swing trade setup, And we'll look at the crypto.com again on the hour chart. Whoa. Okay. I'm going to turn off supply and demand visible range. I think it's kind of wigging out here for some reason. So I usually have that on to help me with support and resistance. Then I use SuperTrend for guidance on entries because it's alert friendly. To be candid, by itself, it's not a great indicator, but combined with others, it can be useful. And then I use this Trendilo LSMA, which is a moving average. That's this colored line you see here. So when everything's, here's a good example. So when everything is in alignment, if it's coming out of the support area, which is usually in green, and the buy signal goes off on the super trend, and this Trendilo LSMA turns green, that can be a good entry. Now, in this particular example, that happens right about here. It does go against us at first, quite a bit actually. I probably would have done 1 or 2 additional purchases on a spot trade. And then boom, we get this move, 9%, about 2% dip, and up here at 25%. It just depends how long you want to stay in. I would be looking back here for some guidance on when to get out. I'd probably be getting out in this area. I like 10% moves on my swing trades, especially if I'm on spot with no leverage. And so this area here at about what point bazillion zeros and then 1.8, that's probably where I'd be looking to get out. And that happens, a few days later. So yeah, I'm sorry that this supply and demand visible range is so wonky, or that I could show you that a little bit better. So, but at the moment, we're kind of in this middle no man's land. We've got a sell printed and we got a red LSMA. So this is not a good entry. So to get a better entry, right click on the super trend. If you want to trade both directions, that's what I often do. Just leave it on direction change. It'll go off when a buy triggers or when a sell triggers. On the buy, use the buy for swing or spot trading, and I probably just leave it on for only once. This is an AA score. Then on this
CJ,
one, yes.
do you always leave the time frame open-ended, or do you say, "I just make that active for a day or something like that, and then expire"?
Oh, this open-ended expiration?
Yeah.
Yeah, mine's always open-ended. But that's a good point. Not everybody has the premium plan that I have.
Well,
So
sometimes if it's expired, like if it's gone through the time frame that you're looking for, then it might be better just to let it expire so that it doesn't keep going off when you're not really wanting it to.
yeah, that's a good point. Though I think probably some people would turn it off before then, but if you forget to, or which I've done many times, you get that alert going off at 3 a.m. Yeah, that's a good point. So yeah, I might want to set your expiration for something that works for your schedule. Okay, so and then notifications for this one, I would choose a different sound. I usually use handbell on my swing trade. So that's how you set an alert on the super trend. Any questions on MOG as a swing trade? Okay. Let's do another sort on Altcoin Alert. That was the AA score. Another one I like is social activity or trading activity, but I'm going to match these up. I'll do trading activity today and I'll match it up with social. I'm looking for 2 fires or 2 thumbs up or a combination of those. And we've got that with SLP here. Traded that before. It's been a while. FTT, YFI, ILV I kind of like. Maker I like. storage. Storage is the one I set the alert on, and stacks, because I have experience with these two and they move pretty well. And the storage alert's been firing today, so let's look at that one. But I won't set an alert on this because I already have one. Okay, it's a day trade. We're on the 15-minute. And this is the downside of leaving an alert on all day. You get it going off a lot. And one of my alerts is this mid 50 area. We'll talk about that in a moment. But this has gone off several times. But if you look at past times breaking above this 50 area, it's done pretty well. So we get a break here back on Wednesday. It breaks above the 50. And then I use this cumulative delta for my trend trades for additional confirmation. That's trending up. That's broken the 50. And again, you get this nice move, you know, to the red zone. Almost 4% in less than a day. That's a really good day trade if you hold on that long. Personally, I'm looking for a 1 to 1.5% move on the charts, and I'm trading on leverage at 10x. So I'll show you the trade I took in a moment. So that's a break above the 50. The break above the 20 is even better if you get in there. You know, that happens right here. It breaks above the 20, and then you get that nice juicy entry right at the bottom here. And you know, if you hold on all the way to the red zone, almost 5% less than a day. Love that. So the one I took today was right about here. I didn't trust this one because it hadn't done very well on breaks above the 20 lately. So I waited for a break above the 50 and I got in here. And I caught this move up here. I picked up 1.4% at 10x leverage. So that's 14% for me. Like that trade a lot. And now it's kind of putzing around the 50. Usually when it breaks above with some, with some strength, something like this, or even this trend here, it breaks above the 80, and you can usually get 1 to 2% pretty quickly on that. But on Friday afternoons in the US, the markets tend to slow down a bit, and volume drops and the prices don't go up as fast, generally speaking. Sometimes there is some activity on the weekends, but not as much as I would like to encourage me to trade on weekends. Anyway, so that's storage on. Let's go over that that alert. So instead of crossing up on the 20, you can go ahead and do that alert and then add a crossing up on the 50. And that's the alert I had going when I took that trade this morning. If you want to trade both directions, which I do as well, then you're going to enter a channel, and 80 on the top, 20 on the bottom, once per bar close, and the rest is the same. And you can see here, I've got this rectangle for that alert, 80 on the top, 20 on the bottom. So if I get this break below the 80 that I've got right about here, it makes a nice move down. I can go ahead and make money on a short. But if it breaks above, well, here's the break that actually worked. Broke above the 20 and got a pretty decent move here. So yeah, you can, if you're trading spot, you can do that alert above the 20 or the 50 or both. Any questions on storage as a day trade? All right, let's see if we can get a good looking chart. All right, here we go. So this is what I'm used to seeing on my swing trade layouts. I've got the support and resistance, using the supply and demand visible range to help me find those. And then you've already seen the supply and demand, or the SuperTrend and the Trendilo LSMA. So I kind of like storage as a short. It's in the red zone. It was coming out, the sell printed, the line was red on the LSMA, and we got this move down about 4%. I probably would have been looking for more of a move like this, so I'd probably still be in that trade, waiting for it to come down, down to the 10% area. That's where I would probably take profit on a short. On a long, we're in the buy zone now on the SuperTrend. We do have the green line, but we're really close to the red zone, and all these candles are descending red, so I don't like this at all. So I don't know if I'd be interested in this. Now, what you can do is when you see something in the red zone, but at the other or near the red zone, but the other indicators are saying, go long, look at longer time frames and see if there's room to go back to that. So on the 4-hour time frame, there's plenty of room to retrace. So if I took this trade now, my retracement to this area, to the sort of the midline here is 10%. And that would take about 14 days, which isn't bad, but not great. If you want to hold on longer and go to the red zone on the 4-hour chart, you've got this action here. 30% in a month. That's really good. 1% a day. Love that. So that would be a really good swing trade on storage. But again, prepared to be in that trade longer. Any questions on storage as a swing trade? Okay. Let's go back to Altcoin Alert. We looked at a social and trading activity sort. I think Alan asked about a 1-hour projected range sort, or was hinting at that. I don't use this very often. So I use it more when the market's really bullish and I'm trying to get pretty much all green. And the closest we don't have any that are all green, where the upper and the lower are green, which means there's a high percentage of it going up according to AA. But when I see something like this on this ORDI, the upper is 4.6%, the lower is only 0.2%. That could be worthy of further investigation. LPT is something I trade occasionally. TRB as well. These are all IMX I like. So these are all potential day trades, that you'd be in for maybe an hour or two. So let's look at LPT and just look at this as a day trade. I'm not going to look at this as a swing. This is Live Peer. Is that one this one's called? Okay. We're at the 80 in the RTI, but we do have room to move to the red zone on our support and resistance. Quite a bit of room to move up there. I would probably want this to at least dip down below the 50 and come back. And then obviously this would be a great entry if it dipped below the 20. That happens right about here. And that move is, 4% to this, just under 4% to the midway point. That probably would have gone a little bit above since these candles all peaked above the midway. I'd look at that for a retracement. So the alert I would set on this one, crossing up, you could go crossing up on the 20 and on the 50, separate alerts for both. Leave this on once per bar close. That will go off until you turn it off. And then this was 1 hour. What do I call this? One hour sort, whatever that's called. Obviously don't use it that much. 1 hour projected range. And then notifications, whichever ones you like. Any questions on this one? All right. So that was a 1 hour projected range. And then Alan was asking about the Elder Impulse Daily. Let's look at the, my favorite to use the Elder Impulse is to match the daily with the long-term sentiment. And I got a chat question. Okay, good. Took care of his question. Whoa. My chat blew up. All right. So, yeah, long-term sentiment, I'm going to match that with Elder Impulse Daily. I've got a lot of sentiment, not much impulse. Sentiment is what people are talking about online. And then the Elder Impulse Daily is a technical. So sometimes when I see very few positive here and a bunch of them here, I'll just sort by the Elder Impulse, and that'll bring up more matches. Like matches are easier to find. We've got Link, it's bullish on both. I like Link. I like ENS, also bullish on both. Rocket Pool, I haven't traded that one much. I know the CryptNation guys talk about it. I think it might be in the one of their portfolios. Let's look at Link. Everybody likes Link. Okay, it's a day trade. We're above the 80 on the RTI, so that's not a great entry. A little bit of room to move to the red zone if you're looking for a couple percent. I think I would just wait till this one dips below the 50 and then breaks back up like the last one we looked at, LPT. I think I'd go with the same option on that, and then probably set an additional alert for breaking below the 20. All right, STX just gave us an alert. Let's go ahead and look at that real quick. So this is a potential short. This broke above the 80 right here and then dipped down. So we usually do a short of the week. Let's just look at this one as a short. And yeah, 7% to the green zone. I like that. So yeah, this just fired. We're pretty close to the red zone on the 15-minute chart. So if you're interested in a short, this one could be the one. Not financial advice, of course. This one broke down here, 3%, came back up, broke down again, 3%. So I'd be looking for 2 to 3% on that breakdown on a short. All right, we were on Link. I think we were done with Link though. So let's look at Link as a swing. I like some of these older projects, more established projects as swing trades. On the hour chart, we got the buy, we've got the Trendilo, and so I think this one's a go. The downside is we've only got retracement short-term to about 6%. Let's look at the 4-hour chart. I think it'll look better. Yeah, on the 4-hour, if we got in now, yeah, 20% to the red zone. That's more. And then here's some resistance here, 15%. Yeah, I like this a lot. So yeah, I think this is a pretty good entry for Link on a swing trade. Any questions on Link? Well, we had a spontaneous short evaluation. Let's go to Altcoin Alert. I'll show you how I specifically look for a short. I'm going to sort by long-term sentiment, but instead of looking for bullish, I'm going to look for bearish, then match those up with what I see on the Elder Impulse Daily. And then this has to be something that I know I can trade on an exchange that has leverage. So you can go with low leverage. I think that's wise, especially if you're just starting out on leverage. And again, I say this all the time, don't trade with leverage until you've had some sustained success as a spot trader. All right, so we've got Dash, which is an older project, Cody, Bitcoin Cash, DGB. These are all, if there's a star on it, then I've traded it before. NKN. All right, so I think we'll go with Cody. That's the one. The long position on this. It didn't go very well. So let's short it. Revenge trading. If I don't like a coin, I short it. Okay, well we're in good shape at the moment on the 15-minute chart. It broke above the 80. It's about to dip. And then we've got room to the green zone of 3%. So that's a pretty good day trade on a short. It's dipped below a couple times and had little fake outs. Just curled again. So yeah, this one might be ready for a short. I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to take this short real quick. Not financial advice, of course, but I try to practice what I preach. All right. So I'm in on the Cody short on a short swing trade. Let's see where we are. That's a 4-hour chart. Let's go to the 1. Yeah, we are coming out of the red zone. That's a plus, but we don't have the red sell signal or the LSMA in our favor yet on a swing trade. But assuming that happens, say around here somewhere, you got 13% down to the bottom of the green zone. That could be your exit. If you get it there where I'm estimating, you could probably get out here in this vicinity. I see some support here around 5%. So either one would work. And again, that's an easy alert to set on SuperTrend. Instead of going for SuperTrend buy, go with the SuperTrend sell. And long-term sentiment buy. And handbell, probably what I would use for the sound. Okay, any questions on Cody as a short swing trade? All right, any questions on anything we've talked about, or are there some coins you want to look at specifically? Okay. Well, I will wrap it up there. Thanks for you guys coming out on a weekend. I appreciate it. If you're watching on the recording, I'd rather see you live on Mondays and Fridays, but please check out the opportunities in the pinned comment. They help fund the channel. Guys, have a good weekend. We'll see you next time. Bye.